So, edit, customization. Should scroll down and see a redirect. I don't have a redirect.
We got no worries. We got no worries. We got worries? Anybody worried? Everybody's coming over. Anyways, can you guys hear me? How's my sound? How's my sound? I got a new boom. Look, boom, boom. Huh? Echo gone? I know that was like a hot topic. 5x5. Sound good? How do you like that? How do you like that intro? Let's do one more time. Yeah, I turned it up a little there. Wildest intro ever. I love it. I love it. It's so terrible. I love it. All right, sounds good now. Okay, all right, sound good. Cool. Yeah, I had to turn down the gain. I think that was part of why it was echoing in my room. Because I don't have like a bunch of soundproof stuff, and apparently I need more, plaques and everything else in the back to make the sound muffled. But yeah, I got a boom, so it comes closer to me, so you can sound me better. And yeah, we're gonna go with that. Checking DMs in a sec. I wanted to venture through some social media and just chill. I wasn't even planning to do a stream, but I got kind of hyphy. I was kind of feeling it. I saw a bunch of people on. Nothing else really going on. Not too much, at least. Let's see what we got. I saved some stuff in Twitter. We gotta go through this. It's wild. Wild stuff happened today. Hold on a sec. I gotta open this and move this over. BB, are you talking about on studio? Let me check. All right, stand by. I gotta get something set. How's everybody doing tonight? I'm doing hella good. Went to the dentist. Gonna get some surgery done. Get some stuff fixed. Everything went really good today. Community. Oh. Yeah, I think I did hit save. I'll try it again. Let me try again. Sorry, guys. Just working some stuff in the background. I didn't sleep good last night at all. But it's alright. I feel okay. Okay. All channels can redirect. I have you in top. What about standard? Do I have to put you in standard too? I'm gonna put you in both. Approved. All channels. All channels. I don't need specific. Scottish Pope hidden. That's funny. Yeah, I think I already got you there. Comments on. Basic moderation. Strict. Hold all. No. Don't hold any comments. Messaging light moderation. Nope. Yeah, you're already in. Let's see what I got. What am I missing here? Specific channel. Nope. Blocked words. Blocked words. Blocked words. Okay. I got a blocked word. Settings saved. You should be good. Copy paste it. All right. Where are we? Let's see. All right. What am I reading here? Antibiotics or teeth. GG on tooth. Yeah, I got one busted off in the front of my face. I had a root canal that never got done because I was so busy, like, doing grown up shit. I just didn't take care of myself. Blocking for no, we're not doing that. I just got too busy, and it wasn't like I didn't have money or insurance or anything like that. I got too busy. So now I gotta get an implant right here. It's gonna cost me like $2,000, but I'm all right with it. I waited long enough. It's time to start working on myself. I went through a lot in the past few years. I don't want to really get into yet. I will later though when I get more comfortable. But yeah, taking care of myself too. Let's see what's on social media though. It's been wild, kind of. Ooh, we're gonna scroll past that. Hi, Chinzu. Let's see what we can find. I bookmarked a bunch of stuff. This is gonna be skibbity because I'm not really good at organizing yet. I'm getting there. I've never really been strong in organization. I'm better at more impromptu sort of stuff. Oh, you're lucky, Adam. You're not missing much. Let's go into some Tesla issues. If you guys didn't know, Tesla isn't really doing too good. Did you guys know that? Have you heard of Tesla? Tesla 1 2. Let's go into Tesla. What's going on with Tesla?
We are somehow finding out brand new information about just how bad the Cybertruck actually is in 2025. So a very popular YouTuber named Jerry Rig Everything just put out a great new video on the Cybertruck where he puts the aluminum frame to a very precise test. So one of the craziest takeaways from this video for me is that the Cybertruck's frame is made out of a single piece of casted aluminum, and we already knew that. But what I didn't know was that aluminum doesn't have a fatigue limit. meaning the more that you tow with the Cybertruck, the more you wear down the aluminum frame over time. Every time you tow with the Cybertruck, you're wearing down the frame a little bit, increasing the risk of an accident. So it might not break today, but 3 or 4 years down the road, you might hit a pothole and it's a different story, whereas there would be no problem if you were in a truck with a steel frame. He even proves this in the video, bringing out this truck from 2004 and applying the maximum amount of weight that he can with his excavator to the tow hitch, 10,700 pounds, and it's totally fine. What's even crazier is that the tow hitch on this truck was already bent from an accident in the past, and the excavator was having to get off its own tracks trying to put enough weight down to break it, and it couldn't do it. Meanwhile, the excavator put less weight on the Cybertruck, and that's what happened.
Okay, so if you didn't know already, Cybertrucks are pieces of shit. Kind of basic, right? I'm really happy that these are coming out about them too, because I had noticed before that the crash rate standards on those were atrocious, and the miles per fatalities was the worst in the United States. They are literally the most dangerous vehicle in the United States, miles driven. So, not only are they a Nazi vehicle and a swastika car, they're also the most dangerous thing to drive. What else I got in here? I got some stuff, man. I went through some stuff. Merc was killing it earlier. Oh, yeah. Protesters from Jewish Voice for Peace occupy Trump Tower to protest detainment of Mahmoud Khalil. Mahmoud Khalil. I think I said that right. Let's go. Let's go. All right, they're going hard. Trump Tower, man, dude, the pressure he's feeling and being a sensitive little butterfly on the inside, he's going to break. Things are going to happen. Like, there's from earlier, too. This is earlier. It almost feels like they're... Yeah, look at that. Look at that. They came in all zipped up like nothing was going on. And then they busted it out. I love it. That's how you do that right there. Look at that. I love it. We got some Tim Walz, too. Tim Walz is all over the place. This guy's campaign... Dude, okay. So, Tim Walz, next Bernie? Maybe? Tim Walz, Bernie 2.0? Tim Walz, run for president? Am I dreaming? Am I hoping? Am I wishing? Let's hear
Elon Musk, the billionaires, I'm gonna go out there and make sure that those folks down in Iowa know that their rep doesn't want to come talk to him, but he voted for this stuff. He voted to defund these things. He voted to make it impossible to talk to the VA and cut 70,000 people to care for our veterans. By the way, many of those 70,000 veterans themselves. So I think, again, this is us going out and talking to people, making the case that people are absolutely clear that both parties are not the same. One stands with Elon Musk, the billionaires, and the dismantling of America as we know it, and one that's going to be there for their families. And if we're not out there, Donald Trump, all the podcasts, all the money will fill that void. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm going. And if they ask, I'll go. And look, I hope people show up at that town hall and say, look, Governor, what are you offering? Are you offering anything better? That's fair. But not to turn your back and not do it, it's dangerous. Dangerous. I'm going to go out there and make sure that those folks...
Okay, I fundamentally agree with Tim Walz. We need to get out there. We need to get involved in our communities, town halls. Like I've been putting out there, I don't know if you guys watched my videos earlier. I put out a short earlier. I announced it last stream. I'm going to be doing an advocacy sort of training course on Sunday at 7 p.m. Pacific time. I have a guest coming on who... is really good at advocating. Like, I like fundraising. That's kind of my niche. She's really good at advocating. And she has people contacting her from the government saying, hey, come to our meeting. We want your opinion. So, for us to just think it only goes so far, advocating doesn't work. Political pressure works. I've seen it. I'm not saying it was just me, but for the last 4 weeks, every time I've called my representative, he has put out a statement pertaining to what I have mentioned to him within a week. So I'm not saying it was just me. I'm sure other people did too. But it's a little more than a coincidence for me. Like, every time I've contacted him, a statement's come out, either to Congress or to the public. So I truly believe advocating works. And we're going to show everybody kind of like a Advocating 101 stream. And we'll go through what the process is, what you should ask, how it looks like. I can't repeat that. All right, let's see what else we got here. Yeah, so Mahmoud Khalil, a Palestinian activist and Columbia University graduate student, was arrested by ICE agents on March 8th for his involvement in pro-Palestinian protests. Despite being a legal permitted resident, married to U.S. citizen, the Trump administration alleges. Where'd I go? Oh, God. Oh, God, where'd I go? The Trump administration alleges his activities align with Hamas, a designated terrorist organization, though no formal charges have been filed. So this dude got straight up snatched up for protesting, speaking, and the allegations are he aligned with Hamas. Did he commit any domestic terrorist acts? This arrest has sparked widespread concern among civil rights advocates. Yeah. Oh my God. First Amendment violation right here. He didn't do anything. You view it as a First Amendment rights violation, of course. So, yeah. Keep a close eye on this guy. Remember him. Sounds like they snatched him up for no reason. I have a feeling they're going to interview him and he's going to get let go. There's so much pressure going on. What do you guys think? No charges on him. Yeah, exactly. There's nothing on him. They have nothing on him. Oh, yes. You know, you're going to love the guest I have on. She is amazing. She's just going to be on phone call, but I'm going to have it on Discord. No, she is absolutely great. She found me through X, and we linked up. I hooked her up with, networked her with some people in Sacramento area and the outskirts. She's going to be great. You're going to love it. They're going to revoke his green card for what? What'd he do? No charges. Okay, that wins. All right, what we got? Look, Georgia's still going at it. Let's take a peek. Oh, well, it's still happening in Georgia. Man, some of those protests in Georgia, they make our shit look like Sunday school. Like, we have a lot to learn from those people. A lot. What we got here? JJ from London has a few insights about yesterday's douchebag mobile sale on the front lawn of the White House. God, that was so cringe. Did you guys watch that? Like, it was an advertisement for Tesla. Our president was selling Teslas. It was terrible. All right, let's see what this guy has to say about it, though. So cringe. Epic cringe. Check that out. Let's go.
I don't think I've ever felt second-hand embarrassment worse than watching the President of the United States of America, the so-called most powerful man in the world, flogging some other bloke's cars out the front of the White House as if he's the dad out of fucking Matilda. What kind of abusive relationship does Elon Musk have the President in that has managed to reduce him to turning the White House into a fucking Tesla showroom? Is this legal? Of course it isn't legal, but much more importantly than that, everyone, it's embarrassing. This is cringy. They're doing it, of course, because the Tesla stocks are in absolute freefall, and they're in freefall for a couple of reasons. Number one, no one wants to drive around in something called a Cybertruck because we're not all douchebags. Number two, no one wants to drive around in a car that looks like a busted up shoebox. Number three, you might as well drive around in a Kleenex, you look like such a wanker. And number four, no one wants to be associated with the pair of you because you're both assholes. That's it. End of. And all of this has reduced the so-called most powerful men in the world to standing out the front of the White House holding a fucking Tesla yard sale. This is embarrassing. This is mortifying. Don't you ever bring up the words alpha male again. You are both a disgrace and an embarrassment. You are making us cringe across the planet. People who are not even from the United States of America are laughing at you. You are absolutely embarrassing beyond all words and all measure. That picture of the president trying to pimp out a Tesla car at the front of the White House will be at the forefront of my mind for many months to come. What absolute train wrecks, eh?
Okay, yeah, super cringe. Super glad that people are coming out and doing this because TikTok is bigger than I thought. Oh my god, I posted something earlier and it started going crazy. People were going crazy on it. Holy cow. And you know what? You're gonna hear from MAGA. They don't care. They don't care, right? They don't care that people don't like them and blah blah blah. They care. I'm starting to get their mentality figured out. Hard outside, soft inside. Almost like one of those chocolate Easter bunnies. You know? Crunchy. You're like, oh, I bought a big chocolate Easter. And then it's hollow inside. There's not a lot of depth in there. We can fill it with something. Okay, next. What we got?
Same answer. That's
Okay, well, hold on. I didn't even get context behind this. I don't even know what's going on here. Contrary to what PressSec says, wants you to believe about tariffs, do you know who pays for Trump tariffs? Yeah, us, of course. All right, let's watch it anyways. Let's go.
Donald Trump said two things in the same answer that sent the stock market crashing today. One was that ridiculous who knows to the question of, is there going to be a recession? But what he said immediately after that is the reason that everyone on Wall Street cites for the Trump stock market crash.
Maria Bartiromo asked you, and you kind of hesitated.
I'll tell you what, of course you hesitate. Who knows? All I know is this: we're going to take in hundreds of billions of dollars in tariffs, and we're going to become so rich, you're not going to know where to spend all that money.
We're going to take in hundreds of billions of dollars in tariffs. We are going to take in hundreds of billions of dollars in tariffs. Okay, who are we going to take it from? We are going to take it from ourselves. Every American consumer will pay the Trump tariffs, and everyone on Wall Street knows that, and that is why the stock market is crashing. No one is going to get richer because of the Trump tariffs. Everyone is going to have less disposable income because we will all be paying the Trump tariffs. Donald Trump is gleefully talking about taking hundreds of billions of dollars from you, from his voters, from everyone in the United States, and only from people in the United States.
You got to remember, when Trump says we, he's talking about him and his billionaire buddies. He has never hung out with people that don't make seven figures or more. He hasn't. He's been growing around a community, lived in a mansion, been spoon-fed, whatever. So he's lived in an isolated area. Any engagements he's had outside of that community, he's probably already been taught that they're after your money. They don't really care about you. I don't know if anybody's ever had rich friends. I'm gonna break down a little not known fact about me. I used to play Magic the Gathering a lot when I was a kid. I was like, I don't know. I was young. I was badass though. I was badass. Like, I would smoke JD Vance big time. I had a red and blue deck that was like, I don't know, direct damage, counterspell, control magic. So basically what would happen is someone put out like a creature, unsummon it, hit him with lightning bolt, 3 damage, just kind of milk him down until the point where they'd get a creature out, control magic, take the creature, hit him with direct damage, hit him with their creature. Anyways, I was really good at it, right? I had a friend. He wasn't even a friend. He was just there. We had this comic book shop we used to go to and hang out, and he was super wealthy. He was like one of the richest men in the world, or in our community, not the world, but in the area. He owned like 2/3 of the town I grew up in, and he would come and play Magic the Gathering with hard sleeves. And I don't know if you know what a hard sleeve is, but it's like a half an inch thick. a half an inch thick. So he would have a deck like this big, right? in these hard sleeves because he cared so much about his precious cars. He had like Beta, Black Lotus in there, like $10,000 cards and whatnot. And like the stack was this big because he took care of his stuff, and he didn't give a shit about you. He would, if he lost or he felt like he was going to lose, he would talk smack about you, belittle you. If you had a card he wanted, he would offer the world for it. But the separation between like one of your buddies and his behavior, it was so different. Like, you know, you play with your buddies, you have a good time. This guy was just all about himself and about winning and about about basically that, about self-preservation. There was no sense of morality or empathy involved in it. It was really self-centered. The world revolves around me. You guys are just here for my entertainment. Kind of like we're pawns, right? And I feel that's the way all rich people kind of look at us. Maybe not all. There's some good people out there that, you know, have like a come to Jesus or whatever you want to call it and say, I want to help humanity. I can't name any off the top of my head because I haven't researched many rich people because they're kind of, they can be kind of cliche to me and cringe. But that general aspect is what my mentality is around rich people. Like, we are there for their entertainment. They don't give a shit about us. They need a challenge in life, but they want to win no matter what. Right? Because when you invest $25,000 in a deck and you've got a $200 deck that you put together for your entire life, you know, and even then, when you beat them with that $200 deck and they've got this $20,000 hard sleeved deck and you whoop their ass, check out their demeanor. See how they feel. I'm not playing cards, so Trump is. Let's see what's next. He's got all the cards, apparently. Alright, what's this? What do we got? Hold on. Context. Good luck in Boston is all I have to... Ooh. Oh, yeah, okay. So, protests are up. Trump's border czar visits New York Capitol. I played Pogs. Do you guys remember this happened in 2016, 2017? At this level? Oh, I was muted. Yeah, I played Pogs. Hella cringe. Pogs were like right before Pokemon came out. Like, I feel Pogs were like the precursor to Pokemon. You know what I mean? I had a brass Pog. It was really cool. Or Slammer. That's what we called him. God, that was fucking so long ago. Alright, what's this? Alright, this is kind of sad. I don't know if you guys saw this. ICE agent breaks car window, drags 7-month pregnant woman and husband out in the street. This made me tear up earlier. I feel a little more stable right now. Family was pulled over while legally driving to their court hearing. Shot with a taser, hit over the head with a rifle. ICE agents showed no warrant, only saying they had an order, which they never produced. 7-month pregnant Kayla Samariba said she was then dragged out of view of her husband, Jason Ruiz Rodriguez, who was tased and hit over the head with a rifle. God damn, bro. Trump world. He had been living and working in the U.S. with his social security number on a work permit for 10 years. 10 years. He's on the cusp of getting his green card. What the fuck are we doing, dude? What are we allowing? This family is working hard to comply with the law. Yuck. Alright. Epic cringe warning. Here we go.
No, you can. You can. It's illegal. Okay. Look. It's pregnant. It's pregnant. Look. Okay. No. Please. It's pregnant. Stop. No. Amiga. No. It's illegal. It's legal. Get out of No. Get out of the car. Get him. No. I have video. Look. It's pregnant. No. Oh my God! Open the door! It's pregnant! You can!
What would you do? That's rough. Don't fight. This won't happen. Okay, where they take you then? Where are they going? What was the reason for them taking him? They had no reason, right? Other than an order. They didn't have any paperwork, any documentation. They just pulled him over and said, "We're taking you. We're taking you," and they're on the way to court. So is he going to catch contempt charges because he didn't show up now? Don't fight. This won't happen. Don't fight. Just give up. Let's give up. Just not going to fight. Elon Musk spent $280 million to elect Donald Trump, and Donald Trump has given him the keys to the federal government. It's the most corrupt bargain in American history, and we need to shut it down. Let's hear what this gentleman has to say. He looks like he's got a platform, too. Look at him. Senator Chris Van Hollen. Anybody know where he's from? Is he Kentucky? No, I don't know. Or Connecticut? I don't know.
This is the most corrupt bargain in American history.
Where's he from?
Elon Musk contributed $280 million to elect Donald Trump. And now Donald Trump has given him the keys to the federal government to dismantle important priorities of the American people. This has nothing to do with government efficiency and everything to do with trying to rig the federal government for people like Elon Musk. Are we going to let them get away with that?
Fuck no.
Hell no. This is the most corrupt bargain in American history. Elon Musk contributed $280 million to elect Donald Trump. And now Donald Trump has given him the keys to the federal government to dismantle important priorities of the American people.
I swear to God, if we ever get a stimulus check from a Nazi stimulus check from Elon Musk, I expect every one of you to put it into a big pot and give it to the opposing party when they run in the next election cycle.
This has nothing to do with government efficiency and everything to do with trying to rig the federal government for people like Elon Musk. Are we going to let them get away with that? No! Hell no.
No, I don't think the federal government will shut down Friday. There's too much going on for them to even deal with that right now. The Navajo Nation has had to give all the members special instructions for when yeah, facts. No, I'm getting, like, even where I'm at here, I'm getting letters saying, here's what we're going to do if they come. Like, California, they're not fucking around. They want to come here, it's going to get wild. Like, we've got local government backing us, so we'll see what happens. All right, what's this gentleman doing? Maggot is turning soy, but oh my God. All right, soy boy MAGAs.
Turning into the soy. So apparently MAGA is turning into the soy boy beta liberal cucks that they hate. And I'm gonna prove it to you. For years, the right mocked electric vehicles, claiming that they were a liberal beta soy boy thing.
I love this guy's
Remember
laugh.
all those fucking boomer Facebook memes? Hundreds of them. They swore that they would never drive an electric vehicle. Donald Trump just bought a Tesla, and the reason he's buying it is because Tesla is being boycotted by the left. Man, politics has just become so damn confusing. So now MAGA is rewriting their entire personality in real time. I guarantee you Republicans are going to start pretending that I've always been pro EV. I just didn't like the Democrat policies. How easy it is to get these guys to change their views, man. Oh. Give it a year and I can see Fox News running a segment about how buying a Tesla is gonna somehow own the libs. This is just sad.
That dude has an epic laugh. But he's right. Like, it's really easy to sway people's opinions. Like, if you really get down into it, like, I don't know if you guys have engaged any MAGA, you know, you have, but, like, when you get down to it and break it down to them, they'll start agreeing with you. And at the end, if they don't like what you're saying, they'll just be like, well, I hope it works out for everybody. And the most cringe statement I think I have, like, in my mind that just drives me crazy, and I catch myself saying it too, is, well, we'll have to see. Let's see how it turns out, everybody. You're crying out loud. Let's watch and see what happens. Watch and see everything explode in front of us. What do we got? Where am I? Where'd I go? Oh, those are comments. We're not going there. Was there a troll in the chat earlier, or was that just a weird comment? Because if there's a troll, highlight him. I need my first troll. Alright, where were we? We're going down. Alright, that gentleman right here. Here we go, right here. What's this? What's this? Oh! What's going on here? Woo! Snap! Is this true? I didn't verify this. Elon Musk is still under investigation for election interference in countries like Germany. If they determine him guilty, they will move to seize his Tesla factories, most of which are in Europe. This would cripple the company and send its stock and Elon's net worth plummeting. That's all it has. I don't know if this is real. We'll have to watch.
Now, this past Monday in France, one of the largest Tesla dealerships in the country was burned to the ground in what is a suspected attack of arson, destroying over 550,000 euros worth of vehicles overnight. This is also not accounting for the property and infrastructure damage that was caused by this fire. But when I say burned to the ground, I mean there's nothing left. It is ash. This also comes on the heels of a rash of arson and arson attempts against Tesla chargers in France, which are being seen as a political reaction to Elon's backing of fascists worldwide. And between this and the German election results that show that the party that got Elon's support actually took a hit in popularity as a result of it, shows that Europe is fed up with Elon and probably going to move against him very soon. In fact, the German government, which is making very clear signs that they are going to cut the far-right AfD out of any future coalition, is signaling that they are preparing to investigate Elon Musk for election interference. And the important thing to remember about that is that most, if not all, of Elon's Tesla factories in Europe are located inside of Germany. If they find him guilty, they're likely going to seize all of those Tesla factories from him, bringing Tesla's stock crashing down and bringing his net worth crashing down. Because these would be seized as part of a criminal investigation, it's very unlikely he'd be able to get those back, especially because Germany takes its elections very seriously since the 40s. That's all for now. I'll try to keep you updated on this situation.
Don't mess with the Germans. I swear to God. They are like the focal point right now and the mecca of liberty at this point. And I love the fact that all their people are so educated on fascism that they can just detect it with such ease. Even though the AfD did grow, they had like a 19% turnout, I think. 19 or 20 something percent turnout this last election cycle, but You look at social media campaigns, and we have to find a way to combat that. We're doing it. We do it. I do it. I do it all the time. NAFO does it for sure, but we have to definitely combat that. But kudos to Germany for doing the right thing. I hope they just ream him. What we got? We got this video was deleted from Twitter by Elon Musk. You know what to... Oh, yeah, this is good. Okay, Marco Rubio. I feel like Marco Rubio hates his life right now. Absolutely. Why he is absolutely bowing to the masters above him right now blows my mind. I feel like Marco Rubio has more pride than what he is doing right now. This is absolutely unreal. His you could tell from his mannerisms, his body language. If I was in an interview or let's say an interrogation with him, I could rip him apart. He would tell me the first time he stole candy from his mom underneath her bed. Literally. I don't understand why he is cucking so much to the oligarchy, but let's check it out. What do we got here?
I will never stop until we keep a con man from taking over the party of Reagan and the conservative movement.
There is no way we are going to allow a con artist to take over the conservative movement, and Donald Trump is a con artist. For years to come, there are many people on the right, in the media, and voters at large that are going to be having to explain and justify how they fell into this trap of supporting Donald Trump, because this is not going to end well one way or the other.
Vote as soon as you can so that you can spend the rest of your time getting people out to vote, so we will wake up that Wednesday morning and we will be able to say, thank God our president is once again Donald J. Trump. I will never stop until we keep a con man from taking over the party of Reagan and the conservative movement.
There is no way we are going to allow a con artist to take over the conservative movement, and Donald Trump is a con artist. For years to come, there are many people on the right, in the media, and voters at large that are going to be having to explain and justify how they fell into this trap of supporting Donald Trump, because this is not going to end well one way or the other.
Vote as soon as you can so that you can spend the rest of your time getting people out to vote, so we will wake up that Wednesday morning and we will be able to say, thank God our president is once again Donald J. Trump.
Epic cringe. How did he flip so easy? How did he flip? What do you guys think? I saw some chat earlier on this. They have something on him. What is it? What's his dirty little secret? What's Marco Rubio got to hide behind those eyes? Something bad. Think he'll lose his life over it or something? He looks panicky. I just shared on Facebook Live, make it interesting. Oh my God. Okay. Buckle in, folks. Buckle in. I'm dialed in now. Facebook's watching. God. This gentleman right here. Oh, this goes hard. This goes hard right here. What we got? State Senator from Iowa, Tony oh my God. Bisignano? Oh my, I'm not even gonna. Tony from Iowa scorches the right wingers in chambers. I watched this earlier. This is great right here.
Senator Blake's taking it serious, and you're not. Most of you aren't even paying attention. This isn't your average bill running through this chamber. You're hurting people. And Senator Schultz takes pride in it, in the fact that no other state has it, we got it. Well, that's what we ought to be proud of, is that we're on the cutting edge of human rights. But if they don't fit your cookie cutter, we don't want them living next to us, right, Senator Blake? Or we don't want them working next to us. What have they ever done to you? Most of you don't even know somebody who's transgender. You don't even know them, but you hate them. You have to hate them because you cannot do what you're doing today if you didn't. But we'll say a nice prayer to start the day. We always do. And then we proceed to violate people over and over and over again. All they want's their fair shake in life. They want to be like you. They want to live with you. Something wrong with that? So I would hope you'd energize a little bit over there and defend what you're doing to human beings. Instead of just sitting there smugly looking over here, waiting for 3:30 so you could force us to vote. And then you can get out of here. They're still protesting. And you've all kind of made fun of that. You don't pay any attention to that. No, they're not there because they got nothing to do. Their life is at stake, and you're not even talking about it. I ask you to support this amendment. It's not much. Neither is the employment amendment. But you've already decided in that room of yours, you're not going to take an amendment. You're never going to take an amendment. Shame on you. Shame on all of you Christians who want to keep talking about your faith when this is what God talked about. I don't know where you go to church and I don't know what you read. But being a good Christian doesn't take much. Do unto others. Take care of your neighbor. Keep your hand out of other people's pockets. Not much, but you wouldn't know it in this chamber. You wouldn't know it. You think that this side of the chamber are the most raging Christians in the world. It never stops being disappointed in this room. It never stops because we've never yet hit bottom, but we are getting very, very close. And you got your agenda and it's coming. But you're going to listen to me. And you're going to listen to us. But we'd like to hear you, in your words, tell us why you hate those people. Tell us why you want to grind them and take them out of Iowa. Because that's what this does. It pushes them out.
Point of order has been requested. Senator, state your point.
Can we get back to the bill?
Senator Bisignano, I'd encourage you to stay on topic, please. Thank you.
Shame on you, Christians.
Damn.
Shame on you, Christians.
I've been saying it forever, guys. Like the transphobia and all the homophobia in the church. And now I know Greg Terry mentioned the other day about the worshiping of Donald Trump in the church and the evangelical church. Oh my God. Oh my God. I was looking for articles on that. I wish someone would collect those. Please, guys. Guys, if you find articles about people worshiping Donald Trump, send it to me. Any way you can. I don't care. DM Discord. X. However, find me material on that, please. Because that's the whole reason I quit going to church 10, 15, God, a couple millennials ago, was because I went there to learn about God, and I ended up learning about the Republican Party. And I'm looking around like, what the fuck are we doing here? Like, what if God doesn't want the Republican Party in charge? What if he wants the other party in charge? Oh, this is how the new youngsters think. Fuck. They don't know the damage they did in that little Bible study where they just completely deterred me away from their little group. Pancakes and eggs and bacon. Now, on top of that, I already lost my brother because of this shit. Because I posted something on my Facebook account that had a cartoon guy driving saying Republicans when they see a trans person. And the guy said, now I'm angry and erect. we don't talk anymore now. I don't get it. It's fucking wild. Transphobia is real. All right. We got some more walls. I love this guy.
That
These folks don't want to be involved in politics. They want to teach kids. They chose this profession because it's what they love. And now they've been thrown into the middle of this absolutely ridiculous fight. And it will go just as well as the tariffs have gone, just as well as the stock market's going, just as well as egg prices have gone. But this time it's our kids and it's their livelihoods. So we're here to say in Minnesota, enough is enough.
Yeah, they already cut the fresh food program over here in California. No more fresh salads for the kids in school. Motherfuckers. Trump just can't stop tossing children salads, I guess. Next. What do we got?
Very on the defense. Is it me or is Carolyn Levitt a little shook today in her press conference? She seems very on the defense and very shook and having a hard time sustaining all the lies. And then an Associated Press guy pushes her a little bit and, talks about how disrespectful. Carolyn, it's disrespectful how you're fucking lying to us. We all see what's going on. You can't lie to us about tariffs anymore. We know what they are. We know they're attacks on the American people. You don't seem to understand. We see through your fake bullshit lips. We can see through the lips and see that you're a lying piece of shit. And you're lying for the devil. You're gonna fucking pay for it. One day we'll string you across a fucking stage. And we'll show you what truth and justice really fucking are, Carolyn. You lying piece of shit. We know what's happening out there. You're out here doing the devil's work. And that's why you have to grin through that smug fake fucking smile.
I'm sure when he said that, he meant stringing her up in front of a jury. Well said, right? What we got? Who we got? Oh, yeah. Okay. Crimean Tartar speaking out. So I'm ignorant on the Tartar history. A little bit. But, I saw this earlier and it was really impactful. So let's watch it. Turn it up a little. We'll go like that. How's my sound? Guys good?
In December 22, I was abducted by Russian security forces right at the border. I was trying to reach Crimea to visit my critically ill father. The only crime was that I'm Crimean Tatar. I'm Ukrainian, born in Crimea, and I refuse to take Russian passport. For Russia, that's enough to label me an enemy and throw me behind the bars. This is more than a war for territory. This is the battle between light and darkness, between freedom and slavery, between democracy and tyranny. And Ukraine is still fighting. But just imagine, what if Ukrainian fall? Who will be next? Thank you.
I think I need to educate myself a little more on the history of Crimea. I've heard glimpses and pieces of it, but I've never really deep dived into it. Isabella gave her all to serve her country until she was illegally, unjustly fired. Please listen to her story. I am fighting for Isabella and for federal workers across the country. These firings cannot... See, this is crazy. How many people have been fired? For no reason. Other than Elon Musk didn't like him. DEI bullshit.
The thousands of other...
Let's hear it.
My name is Isabella Isaksen. I am an Olympian, an Army veteran, and until recently,
an Olympian Army veteran.
Officer for the Ochiko National Forest in Oregon. I have dedicated my life to serving this country and what we stand for. Liberty and justice. That's the country I signed up to represent as an Olympic athlete, to protect as a soldier, and to serve as a U.S. Forest Service officer. Like the thousands of other federal workers, I was recently fired from my position due to an alleged failure to perform and a determination that my continued service was not in the public's interest. From May to October of 2024, I worked all but 2 days during one of the nation's most intense fire seasons. I sacrificed sleep, personal time, and holidays to ensure the public had timely, accurate, and life-saving information. I poured everything I had into my job because
Did you
I
see her
knew
wipe
what
away
was
the
at
tear?
stake. Lives, homes, and the future of the places we love. But my story is not unique. Nationwide, thousands of federal workers who were illegally fired make the same sacrifices to get the job done. We have given our all. I have given my all, time and time again for my country. Where is the justice in what is happening to civil servants nationwide? Now is the time for all Americans across every state and political party to speak up for the kind of country we want to be, the country I signed up to protect and serve, where we work towards liberty and justice for all.
This is not going to turn out good for MAGA. None of this. This is... It's not going to turn out good for anybody. Denver enters chat. Oh, snap. Let's see it, Denver. What you got? Oh, I got to turn it down. All right, they're protesting. Congress, yeah. Oust Elon. I see some Ukrainian flags there too. Look, it's all one big freaking protest now. All one big. Maybe that's an angle. Maybe that's an angle. I gotta think more about that. That might be a good angle. All right, where we go? Oh, okay. So we got this guy right here. She is a Russian woman, spoke out. I don't understand why I should expand my borders if my country is dying. Dying out, degrading. Okay. We're gonna watch it.
Я россиянка, и мне не нужны чужие территории. Мне не нужен Крым, это Украина. Мне не нужны Донецк и Луганск. Эти территории также принадлежат Украине. Я не нуждаюсь в территории Мариуполя или в других оккупированных преступным государством городах. Я не понимаю, зачем мне расширять свои границы, если моя страна вымирает, деградирует и зарастает борщевиком. У меня нет сомнений в том, что солдаты моей страны не должны находиться на территории Сирии, Грузии, Украины или других государств. Я не понимаю, почему мои налоги не идут на развитие моей страны, на улучшение качества жизни моей семьи, на строительство домов, дорог, на открытие школ, детских садиков, поликлиник. Я не давала своего разрешения на то, чтобы мои отчисления тратились на ракеты и снаряды, которые летят в чужие страны, убивая сотни тысяч таких же людей, как я. Почему менеджеры с Кремля имеют власть подстать царю? Как так вышло, что наемный сотрудник имеет дворцы, замки, квартиры и живет в другой реальности?
No, it literally sounds like she just walked across the border in Ukraine. It's like, all right, I got a lot to talk about. I'm skipping this one more. She's pissed, right? Okay, fine. She's talking the talk, right? What we got? Poland. Oh, yeah. Okay, so, yeah. Poland and Belarus. Belarus has been going at it. They've been having people come across the border into Poland. I've seen clips like this before, but not at this level. Check this shit out. This is pretty crazy. So, a couple things after this. Let's watch it.
Dawaj z tym gazem tutaj, ej, tu! Tutaj, dawaj bliżej, dawaj! Bliżej podejdź! Napierdalaj! Wypierdalaj stąd, kurwa, ty! Wypierdalaj! Wypierdalaj! Wypierdalaj!
So we got, what, mass migrations from Belarus into Poland? Are they weaponizing immigrants? Are these actually Belarusians? Are they running because they know they're about to get deployed? A lot of questions. Is it because now they are a legitimate nuclear target in case a strike happens? Lots of questions coming from Belarus. I remember in the beginning of the war, they were super supportive of Ukraine. The people were, at least. Not the country, not the government. But the people were outraged. I remember that. Let's see what we got here. Oh, shit. This morning, another 2 Polish soldiers suffered face wounds as a consequence of repeated attacks by migrants armed with improvised weapons trying to force their way in from the Belarusian side of the border. Look at that thing, man. Damn, look at that. Savage. Savage. All right, what we got here? More video. Let's go. No sound on this one. I'll break it down for you, though. Idę na chuj, suka. Kurwa. Kurwa, kurwa. Idę na chuj. Kurwa. That's pretty much what they're telling each other. They look really happy behind that wall, though. I guess walls work, though. Huh? I'll shut up. Yeah, I guess when you have the old Soviet Empire as your neighbor, you'd want, like, razor wire, 20-foot wall, secondary razor wire, bear spray, armored vehicle, back to Belarus. Yeah, they got to go back, huh? Looks like some of them got hurt. Damn. Oh, it's popping off. Even the medic who rushed to tend to the wounds of the first of the injured officers was attacked. Bastards. Bastards. All right, what's next? What do we got? That was more of the same right there, I think. Tib Walls base. What do we got? Russians stated is clearly this week that the Kremlin TV, they do not want a ceasefire. They do not want peace. We already knew this, though, right? We already knew this because we saw them indoctrinating their 13-year-old children. Like, this is going to be a long-going war. They're not going to stop. Even when the war ends, it's still going to go. Let's go.
Не будет больше никакого перемирия на море. А воздух? Ага. Нет, извините, ваши возможности, да, неприятны, но несравнимы с тем, что делаем мы. 70% энергетики уже мы вынесли, а понадобится все вынесем. Поэтому не, ребята, не будет никакого вам перемирия. Не, ребята, это все не пройдет. Не будет больше никакого.
There will not be any ceasefire. Gee, who would have known? Who would have known? I'm not playing the music, but you got the vibe. God, that's so good. That's so good. Yeah. It reminds me of playing Magic the Gathering against my rich friend and just smoking him. All right, next. What do we got? Oh, we gotta watch Quilo here. Okay, so a couple things to pay attention to. These are summer camouflage clothing. Why are all the trees super green? I thought it was winter. Isn't winter in Russia cold? Isn't it cold? Is it cold? Is it cold? Is it cold in Russia? Weird. Stop. Stop, 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 stop. What? Wait. Why is there a fan going? Why is there a fan going in in winter? What? Fan. Winter. Cold. Fan. Sus. Sus. Super sus. They really have to get their propaganda better. What we got? Reporter, does the Trump administration still consider Canada a close ally? White House Press Secretary Leavitt. Trump believes that Canadians would benefit greatly from becoming the 51st state. This is not normal. This is not normal. It's not normal to have a French submarine off the coast of Canada because we're doing stupid shit like this.
In Canada. I wonder, does this administration still consider Canada to be a close
Turn it up, come on.
ally of the United States?
Well, I think Canada is a neighbor. They are a partner. They have always been an ally. Perhaps they are becoming a competitor now. But as the president also laid out in his Truth Social post today, he believes that Canadians would benefit greatly from becoming the 51st state of the United States of America. And I actually looked into some of the research about the cost of living in Canada, and the cost of living is much higher than it is here in the United States of America. The average cost of a home in Canada is much higher. In Quebec, the highest tax rate for an income of $150,000 or more is 53.3%, more than half of Canadians' incomes they are being taxed on. So the president has made it clear that he believes Canadians would be better served economically, militarily, if they were to become the 51st state of the United States of America. Reagan.
Thank you, Caroline. A week ago, I wonder, does this administration still consider Canada to be a...
So houses are too expensive in Canada, and that's why it needs to become the United States, apparently. Makes sense, right? This is Quebec. This is like living in Sacramento. 3-bedroom, 1 bath, 264,000, 4,000 square foot. Oh, that's in St. Paul. This is all St. Paul. Quebec, Little Canada. No, I wanted Canada. What, does Realtor not do Canada? Well, we've got some good Minnesota prices, eh? Don't you know? Move in, be Mark's neighbor. He'd fucking block me. Alright, anyways, let's go on to the next. Let's go on to the next. Sounds like fake news to me anyways. It's Fox News, so let's just assume. Donald Trump is... Oh, Jesus. Have mercy. Please, guys, if you find anything related to Christianity and people worshiping Donald Trump, please send it to me. I'm very well versed in that realm, that category. If you could, please, you find people like kissing some golden shoes, sneakers inside of a goddamn church, let me know. Let me know, please. 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 I can do great things with that. The fuck are we doing? They're effing insane. I believe in drones over this shite. Okay, what do we got? Oh my god, yeah. This is what I'm talking about right here. Okay. Get ready, I'm going to take you all to church.
Here's what God is saying in this prophetic season. If you hold your peace, if you do not participate, if you hold back now, if you miss this moment, there will be enlargement and deliverance for God's people and his purposes. But God can't use you. He doesn't use spectators. He uses participators, people who say, yes, I partner with you, God, and through you, I'm being raised up for such a time as this. I declare, do not miss your moment. You're in a position for such a time as this. Go forward boldly into your destiny in the courage and the spirit of Esther. So what are you going to do? You see, I have to be obedient to God. And you must sacrifice in some way during this prophetic season, because it's through sacrifice that your spirit opens up so wide that you can receive divine direction. This is a deliverance seed that needs to be sown now, to be in position, to see increase, to activate God's promises. And if you're able, I challenge you to sow $133 because we sow in accordance to the word. I love to get a word from God and put my faith with it. And 133 stands for Proverbs 133.
Bruh. I don't have $133. I spent all my money on edibles and wine. I'm going to hell. She said so. Anybody got some change? You got some change? Can I have some of your change? I need $133. Fucking unreal. Cutting the music. I need that shit. Oh my god. Oh. Okay, I could watch that all day. Where are we going with? What fucking world do we live in?
Here's what God is saying in this prophetic season.
Oh my god, can we? Oh, I wish I could play that
You hold your-
propheticness in the background and watch that. All right, next. All right, Kalen. Kalen is a badass. You guys know this guy. You have to by now. This kid is a savage. Savage. So this is a hot topic for me. I love cooking. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I like to eat a little bit. I love cooking. I cook really good food. I love Ukrainian food. My favorite is halupsi. And halupsi is showcased. I don't know if you've ever had halupsi. It is the best thing ever. But a little history about Ukrainian food, and it kind of makes sense about other cultures as well. How imperialism has had a kind of shaped cultures as far as their cuisine. This is really good. This is kind of long. It's 11 minutes, but it's a really good watch. We got to play it.
For years and years, Ukrainian recipes have been hidden, sometimes literally under floorboards, in just some of the ways that the Soviet Union tried to eradicate culture in this country. And now some are calling this period in Ukraine cuisine the Renaissance period, because so many of those recipes are coming to light. And one very famous chef in this country, Yevhen Klopotenko, has gone to thousands of Ukrainian families in the last few years and found those recipes that have only been cooked behind closed doors, and brought them to his many restaurants here in this city. He also managed to get borscht listed as UNESCO status. So my best friend Audrey and I decided to sit down and have lunch with Yevhen.
What I find crazy is that Ukrainian food has existed still so long despite constant colonization and still has such a strong identity. The USSR would actually decide where people would work, intentionally to split them up all across Ukraine to try and constantly fracture communities.
Yes.
I can't believe that cuisine survived and Ukraine still has its own just after that long, after that much suppression.
My job is to go to the houses, to open the doors and to say, no worries, you can share this recipe. People sharing with me hundreds and thousands of the recipes all around because they trust me.
It's almost like hiding recipes under the floorboards for years.
That's not almost, it's like it is, but in our heads.
What is this now coming?
I cook some traditional food. Do it.
So what are we looking at here?
I will tell.
And I guess a big part of Ukrainian cuisine is to have culture, is to have lots of food.
Lots of food because
and
we have the tradition of the generous table, or it means that we don't know what is going to be in the future, but we have to share the last what we have. For us, food, it's the matters of survival, the matter of speaking about how generous we are. Like in Italy was the Renaissance. Everything happening here. So you can imagine that 200 years ago, it was happening all around the world. What is happening now? Here in Ukraine. And
a cultural renaissance.
Yeah, and that's, we are sitting here. But totally the same things were happening 200 years ago in all the countries. And now we've been frozen for a lot of time. But now if you are here, you have opportunity to be part of it.
What is this?
This is world's heritage. This is borscht. Everyone has to try this dish in life. Yeah, you have to.
Sour cream?
Yeah.
Have you guys had borscht? I like mine with beef shank and white beans. So I take the beef shank and I make the stock with the beef shank, and the marrow inside falls out, and then you pull the meat off the beef shank, which is very, very little meat, and then you put white beans in it instead of having like overloaded like beef protein, and it's really good that way.
Yeah.
So this always goes, all of this goes in?
Not always. Like there is nothing. You cannot use the word always when you speak about borscht because it has a different ways of eating for every family. So all the time. And Ukrainians quarreling only about the.
This is amazing. Oh my gosh. What is the core ingredients?
Beef or something? Is it?
So it's beetroot dish, but we never call it soup. Because in Ukraine you have to say it borscht. If you say it soup to Ukrainians, they will kill you. And it's cooked in a wooden oven. You put just a lot of beetroot, a bit of onions, a bit of cabbage,
mushroom borscht. Oh,
it's more than food because it's way of life. First borscht, I think that it was just the boiled water with something.
Yeah.
And in the future, when it's going to be here a lot of sun because of the global warming, I think we will have avocados here, and we will have no beetroot. We will boil the water with the avocado, and we will call it borscht. And that's the main idea. So for us, borscht is not a dish; it's a way of surviving. So, okay, let's go next for the halushki.
Halushki.
Yeah.
okay, I'm gonna stop right there. I got steamrolled online when I posted my borscht on Ukrainian home food cooking. First, it was you used vinegar in your borscht. This is a curse. Second, it was you used meat. You must be rich man. Third, and this is who knows who was in this. God damn, it's Facebook, right? Third, I nailed it, right? I used just the beef stock. I used white bean. I didn't put celery. God forbid you put celery. I did it traditionally, as much as traditionally as you can, like this gentleman is saying here. There's no really set way. And then I got critiqued on having a chip in my bowl.
You can just you can share. You have been to the Poltava.
I was in Poltava.
Chungus' chip bowl borscht.
In Poltava, you can find the Ukrainian DNA. It was like how it is. So if you want to feel the Ukraine, you have to go to Poltava and to speak with the people and to eat their food. Because in Poltava region, people saved their tradition. So normally it's a dough boiled in the water and mixed with the sour cream and mushrooms. And the main idea is that.
It's not like a gnocchi.
But gnocchi, but gnocchi is potatoes.
Yeah, it's got a more spongy texture than.
Yeah.
It's like completely unique from what. Yeah.
It's different. If you know the Carol of the Bells, you know it's called Shedrik. It's our song. Shedri, it means generous. And this song is like generous. And this song you have to sing during the generous table.
It's so beautiful. Audrey and I spent Christmas Day in Bucha. I remember it was just like this, and there were carol singers coming to the door, which I hadn't even seen. We don't see this anymore much in Britain, and it reminds me of growing up in Ireland.
Oh, yeah.
Christmas is there, but that song came on so many times that night, and I didn't realize until that night that it was Ukrainian. And it was so magical. There's something so magical about Christmas in Ukraine.
And you cooked up a storm.
I did.
Storm?
A storm. Cooking up a storm. That's something you might say in Nashville or in the South. It means like you cook up a feast.
Okay.
Like,
okay. Yeah, that's exactly how it has to be. So you're part of Ukrainian culture too. Go next. That's called cabbage rolls, or we call it golubci.
Okay. My favorite Ukrainian food in the world right here, halupsi. Steamed cabbage rolls with like Ukrainian meatloaf inside. Usually served with like a light tomato sauce and sour cream. Fuck. I can feel the goosebumps down my neck right now just thinking about it. It's so good.
Oh, I see. Yeah, let's try it at the same time. Ready?
This is amazing. Ukrainians have this ability to do the most wonderful things with the ingredients that we'd think are so simple back home. Like back in the UK, cabbage is passed off as just like, well, it's just cabbage. It's like this is something you just put in your cupboard and you wouldn't think about it. To turn ordinary ingredients into something like that's actually extraordinary is.
But because
I would just smack that right now.
Ingredients. That's why we have to create from the.
You see the safflower on top of the sour cream too to give it a little essence.
Moving next. This one is vareniki. I think that you tried already.
Vareniki?
Vareniki, or dumplings, or maybe in Poland they call pierogi. But normal people eating this with the potatoes or with the mushrooms. But we are using the cottage cheese. and it's like the most traditional thing which been left for us, like dough and cottage cheese.
I'm going in.
Let's go in.
And it's like sweet.
Breakfast, but it's sweet. It's like dessert or not. I don't know. We don't have the salads actually in Ukraine. If you speak about Ukrainian gastronomy, we don't have the salads. Okay, we're moving next. This one is called syrniki, or it's also cottage cheese, but it's like cutlets from the cottage cheese. So normally we are taking the cottage cheese and we are baking. I mean, frying, and that's all.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've seen this on so many menus.
Yeah, that's our the most also significant.
Is this pepper on it as well?
Pepperoni?
No, pepperoni.
Yeah, you from Nashville. You from Nashville? I don't know.
Yeah.
What is it? Pepperoni in Nashville? Poppy seeds.
Poppy seeds. Okay, wow. It looks
Almost like pepperoni. Ukrainian pepperoni.
Ukrainian pepperoni, poppy seeds.
This looks so good.
This dish, I think that very unique because nobody is.
The last hand pies I had
I mean, I feel like there's such a crossover
poppy
between
seeds on it
rural
too.
Ireland where I grew up, and Ukrainian food. My grandmother always used to cook me dishes, and this is the closest thing to that I've ever had, like homely, hearty food. And I think the most similar part is that she always made Irish stews, really deep dishes, but it was always with love.
I'll get my belt a bit.
Okay, so this one, it's Crimea Tatar, native nation which lived in Crimea, and Russia all the time they deported them and they repressed them. So it was the minced meat, the fresh meat, and put in here, and then when you eat, it has a lot of juice.
And we eat it just with our hands, just like this.
Oh, and you dip in here?
Okay.
So
Dude, I'm so fucking hungry right now.
This is so good.
I do love this. As an American, fried food, win.
Okay, and last one, showing you it's like a real traditional. It's not modern. It's not something I overmade and remade. It's called rolled millet.
I never heard of the translation of this.
Millet is called. It's very important grain for us. Like 500 years ago, before the potatoes came here, so we have the Cossacks. Cossacks is our warriors who were fighting. It was like for the 300s, it was like one of the best warriors in Europe. They were eating their main ingredient, their main dish, which they were eating, is called kulish. You know, powerful because it has a lot. It gives a lot of energy and it has a lot of carbs and all the stuff.
But Ukraine exports its grain all over the world. I mean, it gives it to Syria, this grain from Ukraine program.
We were in Syria about a month ago.
Oh, really?
And we were asking people what they thought about that. But one of the most incredible things was just even despite everything that Ukraine is going through,
Anna
they still
orders
send
one of everything on the
thousands
menu
of
like I do,
tons
apparently.
of aid and food to Syria. And it kind of fits in with everything that we're talking about here as well, because even though Ukrainians suffered and didn't have almost anything for hundreds of years,
Real share of it.
they still, even if there's a tiny piece of food left at the table, make something nice with it and share it with somebody else.
We know that we have to be united, and we know we have to share the love.
And I feel like we would be remiss to have all this abundance in front of us and not at least touch a little bit on one of the worst things that has happened in Ukraine's history, which is, of course, the Holodomor, in this time when there was no food. I mean, do you think that Ukrainian recipes have morphed out of that?
Holodomor, it means when food exists, but you are not allowed to take the food. So, like it was the food was everywhere, but you cannot buy and you cannot have it, and that's why you were not just you were dying because of.
Yes, I believe he is Poltava.
You cannot take some food because all the fields were burnt, but so only one part was of Ukraine.
I think maybe that's where the crossovers comes. Irish culture for 1,000 years was colonized by the British, and through famines, through the potato famine, I think that's why they developed their own culture in such a unique way, faced with that oppression. And I think it's why the food reminds me of home so much, because that's what Ireland was as well.
And that's why food started to be more sacred. So food started to be even more sacred. So they wanted us to, I'm telling potatoes to you, but we say like kartopelka, like small potato, because our attitude to the ingredients has changed. It's like something special for us. We love it. We want to carry it. And what Holodomor did is that when now one thing that we start to love the food.
Food as a symbol of hope is something I've seen all across this country. I spent a lot of time in Kherson, and the watermelon was a symbol of her son there.
Yeah.
Because it represents what her son is through what grows in the soil in the region. And I've never, ever been anywhere like that before. Even a city under siege, a city that was being bombarded every single day, someone still made an effort to hand me this beautiful piece of fruit to represent life in their city.
Yeah, that's our generosity. What we can do, we just can share love. You don't know what it's going to be tomorrow, but know that today you can do something good for someone.
I think that is the biggest cringe for me in American culture is the lack of appreciation for cooking home cooked food. Like, God, I'm gonna open up a little bit here. I've been cooking. I cooked. I'm single. I'm divorced now. I cooked every meal for 10 years for the same woman. And different meals. Amazing meals. Like, really good. I'm a pretty good cook. I wanted to be a chef at one point, but then I felt like when you make it a job, it becomes less loving. Because to me, food is love, right? I cooked every meal for 10 years. Every meal. Maybe all but one or two. The most I got of it was like, it's good. I'm like, it's good. That's all you got for me. It's good. I just spent 5 hours making chili rellenos. It's good. Fuck you. Appreciate my food. Where we go? Ooh, hey, you want to buy a Tesla?
I love Tesla. You know, I like to drive cars, but I'm not allowed to.
What's your message, President Trump? Buying a new car while there are some folks who will see this clip at home and they are struggling with their retirement accounts down at the moment, uncertainty about work ahead.
Well, I think they're going to do great. I love Tesla.
We have the biggest factory and most advanced automotive factory in Texas.
You don't want me to drive it, do you? I'm not allowed to drive because I haven't driven a car in a long time. I love Tesla.
Woo, boy. Epic cringe. Send no money. Call toll free. Call 1-800-TESLA. Or your local senator dead. Oh, shit. What do we got? Texas mega church pastor and former Trump spiritual advisor Robert Morris has been indicted for a 12-year-old He's got darker spray tan too. Look at that. That looks like Epstein Island spray. So fucking gross. Oh, here we go. All right, Brett Terhune. I love this guy. I love him. He's gonna sell you a car.
Come on down to Honest Donnie's car lot. We've already sold out democracy. Now help us sell out these cars. Prices are so low, they're going down quicker than Elon. And at these prices, you can't afford not to buy one. But seriously, in this economy, you won't be able to afford to buy one. We've gone from garbage truck to garbage truck. Of all the features, they turn both directions, right and far right. Whole car's a computer. It's like Hunter Biden's laptop, but good and real. And these things are safe, too. Look at that. Safer than your child's school. I mentioned the prices are going down quicker than your 401k. Stop in now and meet the kid from The Omen. Just like motorcycle riders, you'll have your own special wave. When you use car lot located at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue, just look for the orange chode waving his arms out front. So come on down and wear a suit. Or don't. Just be grateful.
So many words, so little time. I love that man. He is so funny. All right, we got some news here, though. What do we got? Russian captain of the Portuguese-flagged Salong has been arrested for manslaughter after the ship T-boned the U.S.-flagged Stena Immaculate, which was carrying Jet A-1 fuel to the U.S. Department of Defense. The Salong's crew, mostly Russian nationals, made no effort to slow down before impact. Isn't that how World War One started? Was that World War One? Remember the Lusitania? Am I wrong? Did I just get history wrong? Someone fact check me.
Monday in the North Sea off the coast of Yorkshire. And it's being reported that the Solong ship, which was, of course, the one that was moving and crashed into the stationary Stena Immaculate, that the master of that ship is a Russian national, that the rest of the crew were Russian and also Filipino. That's being reported in just the last few moments.
Connex boxes go up.
Maritime collision.
They go
on
up hot.
Monday.
So, and there's probably plastics mixed in with the metallic alloys. There's probably the paint covering. I'm sure if you're in seawater, sea salt, it has to be a certain sort of like cover or film on the outside of the metal, or a certain paint. Probably really thick paint. But these Connex boxes, I don't know if you guys have ever had to deal with them. They go up. When they go up hot. They melt. They burn. They are flammable. When they ignite, it's like igniting magnesium. They get hot. I've seen it. I've seen it. We got Gherkin, allegedly committed in prison, leaving a suicide note. Yikes. What happened to him? Anybody know what happened to him? Weird. Would never have guessed. What we got? You did fuck all. The fighting hasn't stopped. Russia hasn't. Yeah. We can skip that. Okay. Little Bernie? Did we do Bernie already? Yeah, we did Bernie the other day. All right. We're going to jump platforms. We're going to jump out of there. I got something else for you guys. I got something else. We're diving into the realm of TikTok. I made a TikTok. I've said it the last couple of streams, but it gets kind of gnar here.
So the Republican budget plans to cut Medicaid by $880 billion so they can offer more tax cuts to the ultra-rich. That is their real plan. That is what they're voting on today. Do you know what the budget of Medicaid is? It's $880 billion. So to be clear, the Republicans plan to destroy Medicaid, which is the health care for 72 million Americans, so that rich people can have even more money. They're trying to be subtle about it. The resolution doesn't explicitly call for a tax to Medicaid, but there is virtually no other way to achieve the $880 billion in savings the resolution calls for without slashing Medicaid. So it's smoke and mirrors, baby. Smoke and mirrors. And I'm curious, knowing that, is that what people voted for? Is that what Republicans want their representatives voting for? Because Democrats aren't helping with this. This is a Republican plan. The Democrats tried in budget reconciliation to get the Republicans to add an amendment to the bill that said they would leave Medicaid alone, but the Republican senators voted against it. They tried to get an amendment added that said no one who makes over $1 billion a year should get a tax cut, but the Republicans voted against it. So this is literally their plan. You can listen to them talk online or on TV or in town halls about waste and fraud and abuse and about how this bloated government excess is forcing them to fire government workers and cancel government contracts. But we now know that nearly 40% of all the contracts DOGE has canceled so far will produce $0 in savings. Zero. Because if you had a contract for, say, $1 million and the government had already paid $800,000 of that, canceling that contract doesn't save you $1 million, as DOGE math pretends it does. At most, it saves you $200,000, but you just wasted $800,000 on something you can no longer use. If we wanted to save money, we would be doing things like canceling the billions of dollars in subsidies we give to oil and gas companies or pharmaceutical companies, both of whom make billions of dollars a year in profit. Why do they need taxpayer money? What are the taxpayers getting out of that deal? But nope, we're not going to touch that. The contracts and jobs that DOGE is canceling are the ones that employ American workers and fund American farmers and take care of American veterans and feed the American people, all which positively affects the American economy. But the Republicans instead have chosen to give that money away to industries that don't need it and don't give back. Talk about waste. Hell, if the Republicans really wanted to save money, if they truly cared about balancing the budget, it wouldn't be from cutting medical care to our oldest citizens and poorest children. They would be doing what good old Sleepy Joe did and funding the IRS. Because America leaves trillions of dollars, that is, trillions with a T, in unpaid taxes on the table every year from the very richest Americans and corporations because our tax revenue service doesn't have the money or manpower to go after our biggest tax cheats. There are trillions of dollars available to the American government that we just don't bring in because the people responsible for collecting it cannot compete with the high-powered lawyers and accountants the rich can afford. So if you're looking for fraud and abuse, there is your culprit. But no, we're not going to collect taxes on the rich that they already owe. Republicans have already cut 6,000 IRS employees. No, we're going to let them keep dodging their taxes and give them lower rates and more write-offs. We're going to give the ultra-rich and the billionaires and the corporations more money while we cut national park rangers and cancer researchers and food safety inspectors and air traffic controllers. We are going to watch the Republicans vote for a budget that ensures people lose access to medications and... So the Republican budget plans to cut Medicaid
That's
by
the one thing about TikTok. You swipe and it's gone. Can I pull forward? Where do I go for my bookmarked?
Of dollars available to the American government that we just don't bring in because the people responsible for collecting it cannot compete with the high-powered lawyers and accountants the rich can afford. So if you're looking for fraud and abuse, there is your culprit. But no, we're not going to collect taxes on the rich that they already owe. Republicans have already cut 6,000 IRS employees. No, we're going to let them keep dodging their taxes and give them lower rates and more write-offs. We're going to give the ultra-rich and the billionaires and the corporations more money while we cut national park rangers and cancer researchers and food safety inspectors and air traffic controllers. We are going to watch the Republicans vote for a budget that ensures people lose access to medications and doctors and services so that people who don't need anything can have more, while people who have nothing can get less. Fuck you, you fucking vultures. You people clearly did not read enough French history.
All right. Politics girl. I am politics girl. Based. Following. Liked. Save. Repost. Yeah, we'll do that. That was hard. I had some save stuff. I don't know where to go for it though. Dark mode. All right, I'm in dark mode. Effects. Creator tools. What do we got? Profile. Favorites. Is that where it went? Oh, snap! I found it! Look, I saved some stuff from earlier. This is old. We're going to do this anyways.
Dear President Trump, listen very carefully. Greenland has been part of the Danish kingdom for 800 years. It's an integrated part of our country. It is not for sale. Let me put it in words you might understand. Mr. Trump, fuck off. Dear President Trump.
A simple message. Fuck off. What we got?
Oh no! Another Trump cultist just got screwed over
this is
by
kind of
his
sad,
Orange God
but
King.
it is
I
what
just
it is.
came across a tweet posted by a Trump cultist, and he is just whining and freaking out and panicked because he and his wife just found out that Donald Trump
The
screwed
real
them
Vladimir
over.
Putin and
Let me
Spider
read
Fate
what he
Bella
wrote.
are here.
All caps.
Thank you guys for being here.
Attention! Please help! President Trump and Ted Cruz. My wife is a nurse and was recently hired by the VA. Our home is packed up.
Dear Vladimir Vladimirovich Putin, we're stuck on the Rhine. We know you didn't mean this. Can you please send someone to help?
We have a new home. We spent thousands to move our family from Fort Worth to Waco. Following Trump's hiring freeze executive order, the VA rescinded her job offer. Oh, no. My wife is in tears and inconsolable, and my family is devastated. It has been my wife's dream to work with needy disabled veterans. I'm a disabled vet. Now our home is lost, with no clear path of what to do. Her job was to start in 2 weeks. We are all huge Trump supporters, and I know this was an unintended consequence. I'm sure veterans medical care professionals were not the target of this executive order. Please help get this message to the White House so that President Trump can fix this error. Veterans need not be affected because of out-of-control government spending elsewhere. Please help retweet this so Donald Trump is made aware. We need your help. Aw, that's so sad. Oh no.
So
Another
sad. God, it is though, man. Like, we've been watching this. We've been watching appeal videos from Russia. Sounds verbatim what we just watched right there. It's so similar. It's just, it is. It's a different language. What he just read was the same thing, different language. Whew. Scary shit. What do we got?
So are you still blaming immigrants for your unemployment, or are you ready to admit you're just a loser?
I like her.
How's that Mexican beer treating you? Tastes like freedom, right? Wait. Name 5 NCAA female athletes. I'll wait. Is it exhausting keeping up with the doublethink? Wait, do you even know what that means? Oh, okay, you did your own research. So where'd you publish it? And Facebook does not count. Let's play Never Have I Ever, but only drink if you haven't done it, because I know you don't hold your alcohol very well. Here, take that. No, just take yours. Okay, ready? Never have I ever defended a Nazi salute. Never have I ever voted against human rights. Never have I ever supported genocide. Oh my God, no. We are not coming with you to church on Easter. You just want a picture so that you can post it on Facebook and look like you're a good Christian. Meanwhile, the rest of your fucking timeline looks like you would have been one of the ones chanting for his crucifixion.
Damn.
Have you ever wondered if that MAGA hat is actually the mark of the beast? Yep, see you next time. Hope you get a fucking flat tire on the way home. So are you still blaming immigrants?
Facts. Where do I find one of those right there? God.
Wow, Elon, and which one is that one? What is that one?
Model Y, $35,000 a year, very cheap.
Wow, that's incredible. So cheap, so affordable. And you know, you have some people, they don't like the Teslas, they don't like Elon, and they're vandalizing them. What a shame, because Elon's a good friend of mine, and if you vandalize the Teslas, you will be labeled a terror, and you will be sent to Guantanamo.
Facts.
Because you can't beat these deals with the Teslas. You can't, because they have the Model X. It's $108,000. You can't beat that. And they have this one, I don't know what it is, but $299 a month. Wow. That's so affordable and cheap. And you can get the, what is it? The driving self mode?
Full self-driving.
Wow. And it's so and the car, it drives itself. I mean, you can drive it right off the lot today. It drives itself off the lot. You can't beat these deals, really. These deals are steals on wheels.
Yeah.
Wow, this is incredible. And they drive and they run over people, is that right?
No, sir. They don't run over people. No.
Incredible, that is amazing. If you're mean to Elon, you're mean to me, because he's my friend and you will go to jail. Wow, Elon, and which one is that one? What is that one?
That right there. Perfect. Perfect. Beautiful. Hi, Noodle. That was, I was dying earlier when I saw that the first time. I got some other good ones here. Let's go.
The president sent federal agents to arrest a man for speaking. Don't get lost in anything else. The rest of the story. The president of the United States
rages, but he's correct.
Sent federal agents under direct orders to arrest a man for speaking. That people are getting all tied up in citizenship and visas and green cards and all this other. The president of the United States sent armed federal agents to arrest a man for speaking at a protest, and they are now trying to deport him from the United States. Do not get this messed up. Again, they're going to be like, oh, but he's supporting the president of the United States. Sent armed federal agents to a man's apartment, ripped him from the arms of his pregnant wife, threw him in a van, drove him across a river, tossed him into an ICE detention facility, then flew him halfway across the country to hide him deeper inside of the ICE deportation system, so that way his lawyer and his wife, who was 8 months pregnant, could not find him, all because he spoke at a protest. The President of the United States did this. And
what would you guys do if you married someone that you absolutely loved from a different country? They shared your beliefs. They shared your passion. Let's say they're Ukrainian and you're at a protest because you don't think what's going on is fair. And a couple of goons come up with a black van, grab him or her, throw them in the back seat, shut the door, and take them away.
And then the President of the United States has tweeted, along with members of his administration, along with his allies, along with his donors and others, that this is just the first one. The President of the United States is declaring that the First Amendment is dead, that the only speech that is protected is speech that Donald Trump allows. That is what this entire moment is. And anyone who tries to claim otherwise is lying to you, or hoping that it isn't happening. Pull your head out of the sand. The President of the United States is arresting people for their free speech. And if this continues, we don't have a constitution. The President...
Full circle. Sunday, 7 p.m. Pacific time. My stream. We're going to learn how to advocate. Because we could just say call your representatives, but we're going to learn what to say, why it's important, who to call, stronger ways of influencing. I've got a whole list. We've got a whole list. It's going to be great. Sunday, what, 2 days? Yeah, March 16th, 7 p.m. Pacific. Come to my stream. We're going to have a great interview then. What we got? We got more. We're still going. We're not done yet.
Donald Trump, if he can succeed with the arrest, kidnapping, and deportation of students exercising First Amendment rights to speak up and to speak out.
Jews in the United States know what it means when the federal government weaponizes terrorism laws and immigration laws to come after people fighting for justice and collective liberation. It happened to the Rosenbergs, it happened to the Holy Land Five, and we refuse to allow it to happen to Mahmoud. Not in the name of the Jewish people, not in the name of collective liberation. Absolutely not.
And the movement for Palestine terrified the Trump administration, just as they terrified the Biden administration before it. How else can we explain the absurd attempts of this administration to equate protesting a genocide with terrorism?
I mean, Mahmoud is like a green card holder, right? And they still took him, and they're still trying to threaten revoking him. It sets a really terrifying precedent if we let this happen and don't resist. I think this is the time for us to escalate more than ever. This is not, unfortunately, just a Trump thing. There's plenty of Democrats, and there's plenty of like university admin and people in power who have endorsed this. Maybe now they have a scapegoat for it, but we've been seeing that the Palestine work, even under Biden, has been under attack.
But how was he was a student, and you could hear his videos of what he said. He was, completely rational, intelligent person. And as a Columbia, I was at the Columbia encampment still, and those were not. There was nothing anti-Semitic about them. Students were sitting and talking as they should be doing. That's the point of school. And I was so proud to see that. And I had friends who were at school there working, and they said it was pretty incredible.
Donald Trump, if he can...
I don't think this one's going away. Mahmoud Khalil is going to be freed. I think there's, and that's what I'm talking about advocacy, about protesting. Watch. He's going to get released. And if he doesn't, oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Yeah, this is a big deal. It sounds like he was just chilling and he got snatched up for no reason. There's going to be a lot of people. There's already a lot of people. Look how big that crowd is right there. Yeah. We'll see where this goes, but I have a feeling that it's not going to work out well for the current administration. That's all I'm going to say about that. We got, little Jasmine. Oh my God, I love this lady.
Congresswoman, Elon and Trump are trying to threaten and intimidate. Are you intimidated?
No.
What's the answer?
Listen, here's the reality. Now, I can't speak for anybody else, but I used to ask myself, if I was a part of the civil rights movement back in the day, what role would I play? Never imagined that I would be able to play this type of role, because we know that they had to fight so that seats like this could exist in the Congress in the first place. So as only the 55th black woman elected to Congress, knowing that people fought for what they could not see, I think that I owe it not only to the generations that came before me, but the generations that are coming behind me. If they could risk their lives, if they could be jailed, if they could be beaten, and do it all for somebody that they never knew would exist, known as Jasmine Crockett, then I can do just a little bit by making sure that I raise my voice. And to be perfectly honest, I know that they all talk about how Christian they are, but I am the child of a preacher, and I am going to say that God has not given me a spirit of fear. So I will not be intimidated. I will not be scared. I know that what I am doing is right. No matter how they try to persecute me, no matter how many lies they put out against me, I will stand strong, because I know how I got here, and I know that the generations coming behind me deserve it. Thanks, y'all.
Thank you, Congresswoman. Congresswoman, Elon and...
We need more of that. We need more of her. We need more of Al Green. We need more people who are going to stand up like that senator from, where was it? Connecticut, that went off earlier in the Senate. All right, last one. What do we got? We already saw that. Was that the last one? What do I got? I got more. Hold on. I got more, but it's just kind of an ending to it all. I wanted to give you guys some words. Some of you already saw it because I posted it earlier. But I reached out to Rowan. Rowan hit me back up about his buddy who passed away. And I wanted to share it with you. I don't know this man. Rowan does. Rowan has lost a ton of men since I've known him. I talked about it earlier. Rowan lost. So Rowan is my buddy who is in the 151st Brigade, 2nd Battalion, Rifle Battalion. He's been through hell since I've known him since December. I think Christmas Eve he reached out to me through a mutual friend from the city, and we started talking and finding ways to fundraise for him, and we have done really good for him. Really good fundraising. It's gone quite well. We got him a Ford Ranger, which he quickly mounted a Browning M250 cal on the back and started shooting down drones out of the sky. We've raised from an EcoFlow charging station. Shout out to Pagey, Kansas for helping to coordinate that. We have got him a generator, and I am begging him for a list of things that he needs still. But it's hard to get out of him. Anyways, we got him that. He lost a buddy the other day. This is Romku. He passed away. I'm assuming it is from a drone or a missile attack. But here's from Ron. I am sincerely grateful for you helping. That's all you guys, not just me. This helps us. Once again, we are not sleeping at night because of enemy missiles, UAVs. Thank you. He was young. May his kingdom be in heaven. He has been at the front since the beginning of 2022. He has seen a lot. This war has already taken many of my friends. Well, honestly, I don't know what to say at such moments. R.I.P. Romku. That's Roland's PayPal if you want to help him out. We're going to start our fundraiser for Car for Ukraine in a few days. Yeah, it sucks, man. I don't even know how many people it was. Rowan told me, like, right after we started this fundraiser in the beginning for the pickup truck, he lost like 3 dozen friends. More than that, even. It was like 42 guys died around New Year's when they tried to push their New Year's. You know? It's always like the most dangerous people I end up helping fundraise for, too. Like, danger brigades every time. It's not like these huge, I'm not going to name units, and it's not like these huge units to get everything. These guys, some people don't have fucking ass wipe. It just frustrates me. Those are the units I'm going to help. The ones that don't have shit. Like this. 14th Mechanized Brigade. Here. Shout out to Paige in Kansas, behind my back. Got them these plastic rolls of tarps for their dugouts. This was recent. They asked for them. Notice the snow. Notice no leaves. Snow, no leaves. Right? I can... Come on. Notice the difference between truth and fictitiousness. Like the Russian propaganda of Putin being in Kursk with leaves on the trees. Dry ground. This, real. Russia, fake. Helping real soldiers. Crying out fucking loud. Alright, I got another one here too. They actually got confused. We didn't know how they got it. Everybody was confused. Generator showed up. 14th Mechanized Brigade. Shout out to Paige. It came from her. Nobody knew. We forgot. Everybody forgot how they got it. It was through Paige. I'm gonna have Paige on an interview after Easter. After this Easter push, we're gonna talk to Paige. Get to know her a little better. Help her out. She's helping like, I don't even know. She's helping like 20 companies. 20 units at once. I don't even know. That's a guess. 20? Paige, if you're watching. I'm sure it's more than 20, but she picked up mine after I begged everybody on X, and she just jumped on it. She's like, I'll help you. She's fucking an amazing human being. Anyways, yeah. They got a badass Honda. And these guys are, the last time I know they were east of Kharkiv somewhere. But yeah, that's what we're doing. We're doing little fundraisers like that. We have the Car for Ukraine fundraiser starting in around 3 days, I believe. I'm going to put up this placard of the 151st Brigade. If you guys want to auction for it, it's going to be $10 tickets. I'll figure that out when the fundraiser starts. It probably won't be initially right off the bat, but this one right here was painted by a colorblind ex-army medic who lied about being colorblind to get in and made it in. Shout out to at MIDI Medic Paints. What else? What do I got? What you guys got for me? I think that's it. I think that's all I got. That's about it. That's a good way to leave. It's midnight here in Pacific. Paige is very cool. Yeah, she's one of my favorite human beings ever. I think we're going to end it. We're going to end it like that, guys. I'll put a little outro. Thank you guys. Really, be ready for Sunday for the interview. 7 p.m. Pacific this next Sunday. I'll send out reminders. Everything is looking like it's lined up. So be ready for it. We're going to have a great interview with a wonderful person, and we're going to learn. We're going to level up. We're going to level up our skill set on advocating. So get ready for it. I'm looking forward to it, guys. Hope to see you there. Here we go. We're going to get an outro. We're going to do the outro. Running it. Catch you guys later.